All right, Juventini, we are potentially set for some action this week in the Mercato. Finally, after waiting for some moves, some can finally be made this week. We're going to look at all the details of that. Lukaku is also apparently giving Juventus an ultimatum, and Chiesa proves and shows us he is uno di noi. All right, so we're going to tackle all that right now. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. I'm Alberto. Let's rock. We're going to kick things off with one piece of action that's set to take place this week is the finalization of the move for Zach. We knew that Monaco had moved in. That maybe amped up the pressure on West Ham, but it is apparently West Ham that is going to try to finalize this week. Loan with option that becomes obligation if certain criteria are met. There's a 4-year contract waiting for Zaccaria. Okay, so look for that one to be done this week. Carnesecchi is apparently ready to be moved by Atalanta. 14 million euros is the price tag they have set. I don't think Juve is in the position to make that move, unfortunately. All right, so this is a interesting one to watch because we know that he was at the top of their list for quite some time, but we probably have to make some moves right now, and there are other priorities on our roster. So one to follow for sure. Carlos Augusto of Monza. Juve have begun discussions to look at bringing in the player. Okay, so talks have begun on that one. That is confirmed by Romeo Agresti. Genoa is pressing for Coni de Winter. That's another piece of action that might actually go down this week. All right. Frosinone and Salernitana are pressing for Hans Nicolussi Caviglia. We know he put in a great showing for Milan, and the midfield is full of question marks for Max Allegri. Something we talked about on yesterday's live podcast, Omer and I, is if you're looking at our midfield, who are the guys you feel are for sure locked in and safe? Outside of Locatelli, Rabiot, and Fagioli, I think absolutely everybody is in place. So it'll be interesting to see if Juve lets Hans Nicolussi Caviglia go. The Banuchi Saga, there is no news on that front. Everything remains the same. Apparently, Banucci wants to try and convince Max Allegri to stay. Pellegrini, essentially waiting for a move in Italy. He has had offers abroad, but he showed no interest. Lazio was a team he wanted to remain with after last season, but they're not making a move at the price that Juve likes. Milan has come in, showing interest in Pellegrini, but not just Pellegrini, Cambiaso as well. So we'll see what happens there and what develops. Lukaku, apparently we know what happened. We saw the footage that he said to an Inter fan that said, hey, look, if you sign for Juventus, never say Forza Juve. And Lukaku kind of laughed, shrugged it off and said, look, I don't think it's actually happening. Well, the rumors today suggest that he has actually given Juve an ultimatum. An ultimatum basically meaning that if they don't come in for him until this weekend, he's given Juventus until this weekend, he will look at accepting another offer. I'm not really sure what the big press for Juventus is for Lukaku, all right, because there's no moves seemingly looking like we are going to lose one of our forward pieces in either Chiesa, Vlahovic, etc., whatnot, to make the room to bring Vlahovic in. Furthermore, Chiesa has turned down all offers that have been put forth for him, and that news breaking out today. He had offers in the Saudi League. He also had offers from a couple of Premier sides. He has rejected all of them, all right? And I couldn't be happier to hear that, and I'm happy that he wants to prove himself and get back to where he was and be a protagonist for this Juventus side. So that is great to hear. Not only that, but Bremer, in an interview with Gazzetta, also stated that the Premier League had pushed for him this summer and he had turned it all down. And his words exactly were, the Premier League can wait. I want to win with Juventus, all right? So kudos to both of those guys, all right? Castagne still an option for Juventus. There's still an outside chance that Juve could make a move there. Apparently, Giuntoli was looking this over the past couple days and apparently made a trip to London looking specifically at the Castagne move. So that one is still not closed off and still an outside chance that Castagne could join. Apparently Allegri really wants to bring the player in as well. And last, certainly not least, Facundo Gonzalez. Facundo Gonzalez is apparently going to be finalized over the next couple days. This is a great piece of business. We talked about it on the live podcast yesterday as well. 3 million euros. Yes, they have to give up a future resale value of somewhere around 20%. Juventus does, that is, but there's going to be a 5-year contract waiting for the player. This guy is a highly touted prospect. This is low risk and potentially high reward for Juventus. A left-footed center back, good at distributing the ball, and more of a standoffish guy, as we have the aggressors in Gatti and Bremer. So I like this move a lot. It'll be interesting to see, though, and the latest rumors suggest, though, that Juve is going to loan out Facundo Gonzalez. If you're looking at Coni de Winter being sold and Facundo Gonzalez coming in and being loaned out, not making as much sense to me. Like to see at least one of them get in for rotational minutes, especially in a season where there's only Serie A to play and Coppa Italia, whatnot. I don't know what's going to happen, but Facundo Gonzalez looks like the deal's going to get finalized and he is going to be moved on loan. That is your news break to today, Juventini. You guys know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, but let me know what you think about all the news you just heard here. I'll be back tomorrow with another daily update video and we'll mix it up. If you missed yesterday's live show, please check it out and let us know in the comments what you think about all the topics we discussed, all right? Till tomorrow, fino alla fine, forza Juve, ciao tutti.